knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharpe felt compelled to come out in his own defense. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is.
Football Hall of Famer and broadcaster Shannon Sharpe says he's stepping aside from his job at ESPN in light of new allegations. On Sunday, a woman filed a $50 million civil lawsuit in the state of Nevada.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
You sharing text messages, that's just sharing too much. We didn't want to hear about nobody getting hogtied in your bedroom and your salad getting tossed while you wearing a collar. It's too much.
All of these big dick deviants, they're all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play. I don't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and honestly, I was just assaulted by this information. I didn't know anything about it, and I'm scrolling, minding my business, and I see a deluge of text messages that he released from this girl that are weird and with an obvious race fetish. And it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well. And he only released what she was saying. Put a big black baby in me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. I wouldn't be surprised if she was calling him the N-word during coitus. He's into that. And if this man is turned on sexually by being racialized in such a weird way.
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Shannon was out. All of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be, and we own our own business, and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do business with, there are partners, and there are bosses.
What happens when a sports legend's bulletproof image shatters under a tidal wave of secrets he thought he'd locked away forever? Shannon Sharpe, the NFL Hall of Famer turned media juggernaut, is drowning in a scandal so wild it's got the internet buzzing. Fans picking sides, and ESPN running for cover. From a bitter feud with his former stylist, to a viral Instagram live blunder that left jaws on the floor, and now a $50 million lawsuit with twisted race play allegations, Sharpe's private life is a 5-alarm fire. Buckle up because we're diving into every messy detail of this blockbuster drama, and trust me, it's crazier than you think.
This 3-time Super Bowl champion, and this Hall of Famer, who emphatically stated to me over the phone how innocent he is of these allegations that have been levied against him, insisting repeatedly that anything you read, anything you see, anything you hear was fully and totally consensual. In the same breath, what's inescapable is that without us knowing all the merits, he was working with Disney, where I've worked since 2003, excluding my departure from 2009 to 2011, and I was gone for those 2 years. Outside of that, I've been at Disney since October of 2003. I know this place. I know the worldwide leader that is ESPN, who's under the umbrella of Disney. And it wasn't difficult for me to figure out what was transpiring. They didn't need any definitive evidence at this particular moment in time about all of that stuff once all the things Shannon Sharpe's lawyer put out there. It was uncomfortable to listen to, and it was not something that Walt Disney once associated with its brand. So to have him on the airwaves while all of that stuff was put out there was not something that Disney was going to take. That is what I mean when I say I'm not surprised.
Let's rewind to where it all began. Shannon Sharpe's untouchable legacy. A tight end for the Denver Broncos, Sharpe snagged 3 Super Bowl rings in the 90s, earning a 2011 Pro Football Hall of Fame nod. His stats? Over 10,000 receiving yards, 62 touchdowns, and a reputation as a clutch performer. But Sharpe wasn't just a gridiron star. He was a personality. His brash charm and razor-sharp takes landed him on ESPN's First Take, FS1's Undisputed, and his own Club Shay Shay podcast, where A-listers like Cat Williams spilled tea to millions. Sharpe's style, think loud Louis Vuitton jackets, custom velvet blazers, screamed swagger. X-Posts from 2022 gushed, Shannon's fits are undefeated. But behind the drip, trouble was brewing. His personal life was about to eclipse his career, and it started with a flashy figure who turned heads for all the wrong reasons.
People want to walk around thinking you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. You could your own operation. You don't have to answer to anybody. That's not true. I've had people open their mouth and they've said, Stephen A., you work for ESPN. What kind of control do you do? This is my podcast. This is my YouTube show. I own this. But if you think for 1 second that I can just do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and there's not going to be any repercussions, you're clueless. And you're destined to fail at all of this. Some people sit up there and they look at me and they say, Stephen A. don't get himself in this kind of trouble. How does he pull it off? Well, first of all, there's certain behaviors and proclivities that you never have to worry about me engaging in. But most importantly than that, I often say this about Walt Disney. I'd rather work for a place with standards than one with it.
Meet Russell Hollywood Simpson, Sharpe's former stylist and courtside buddy. Hollywood wasn't just picking outfits. He was Sharpe's wingman at Lakers games, music award shows, and charity galas. X-Posts from 2023 show them grinning ear to ear, with Hollywood curating looks like a neon green suit that had fans hyping Sharpe's glow-up. Hollywood got Unc looking like $1 million, one user wrote, but their bromance raised eyebrows. Fans on X started whispering, why so close? Was Hollywood just a stylist, or was there more? Speculation about Sharpe's sexuality bubbled up with comments like, Shannon and Hollywood giving couple vibes, racking up thousands of likes. Sharpe caught wind and wasn't amused. What happened next turned a few nosy glances into a full-on circus.
It's a sad situation. Shannon Sharpe is somebody I work with a couple of days a week. Shannon Sharpe is somebody that I brought to ESPN. To be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take. So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach, because I owe them that courtesy. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is and how emphatic his client is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth. I have no idea what direction ESPN and Walt Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. All I do know is it won't be me making a decision. It'll be others upstairs. In the end, all of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be, and we own our own business, and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do business with, there are partners, and there are bosses. That's the situation, unfortunately, that Shannon Sharpe finds himself in.
The internet went wild with rumors, fueled by Sharpe's tight bond with Hollywood. Gossip channels on YouTube and X posts claimed Sharpe might be on the down low, pointing to their red carpet chemistry. Comedian Mike Epps didn't help, joking in a 2023 stand-up set that Sharpe slid into his DMs for a Club Shay Shay invite, but the vibe felt sus. Sharpe exploded on his Nightcap podcast with Chad Ochocinco Johnson. "Say my name again, Mike, and I'm dropping those messages," he barked. "You said I begged you for an interview? Lie again, and we'll see who's really about it." His voice was pure venom, insisting he didn't care about the gay rumors, but wouldn't let anyone slander him. X users were split. Some cheered his fire, others thought he was too pressed. "Why's Shannon so mad if it's just rumors?" one post with 5K likes asked. His denials didn't squash the chatter. They lit a fuse that kept burning.
God will put you in place people don't think you belong. And anytime you're somewhere where people don't think you belong, you know what they say, Steve? Well, he don't deserve that. Who are you to tell me what God has made a mistake on me? He don't deserve.
Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. Come on, cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. And remember, I told you the drug story from when I'm in the park.
Yeah.
So these are just the things. I had all of those when I came in. I already was ready for that.
36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Told you. I told you. I told you.
You ain't tell me. 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell.
Then, like a plot twist nobody saw coming, Sharpe dumped Hollywood. On a 2023 Nightcap episode, he claimed he was staying loyal to his longtime stylist, Shelley Davis, who'd been with him for 20 years. "Hollywood? He was temporary," Sharpe said, shrugging it off. "Didn't even bring new clothes, used my wardrobe." Fans weren't buying it. Sharpe had called Hollywood the best in the game on Instagram just months earlier, posting, "Me and my guy Hollywood shutting it down." Hollywood clapped back with receipts, dropping Instagram videos of him styling Sharpe's iconic fits, velvet blazers, custom chains, the works. One clip showed Sharpe hyping him up. "Hollywood's got me right, nobody does it like him." X exploded with reactions like, "Shannon's capping hard," and "Hollywood's exposing the lies." Then Hollywood got cryptic, posting, "When I was around, you never heard a peep." Fans lost it, with one X user writing, "What's Hollywood holding back? Spill it." The shade had everyone wondering, was Sharpe hiding something bigger?
And just one more thing about Mr. Sharpe. Not so sharp, clearly. It is my theory, just my opinion, my theory, not fact, my opinion. I think all of this RACE rhetoric that was in those text messages started with him. It started with him. It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old white woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby and baby gravy. Shannon was a 54-year-old big black grown man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like he's familiar with. Big black babies, he's probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all them other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes, that's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay, we haven't seen what his responses was, and I guarantee you, when they post those messages, y'all gonna see. All of that race started with him. It's a fetish, and he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl. He couldn't, like Monique was trying to tell him, get an older gal. Older gal ain't going for that. They was going immediately knew he was a freak and a weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know better. That's why she repeated it back to him, because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be. Do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby and baby gravy. We're going to be looking like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words. It's going to come out. But that race stuff started with Shane.
The drama leveled up when whispers hit about Hollywood's big break. Media Takeout and Tasha K reported in early 2024 that Bravo, yep, the Real Housewives Bravo, offered Hollywood a full-time spot on a reality show. For a stylist already making waves, this was his ticket to stardom. But sources claimed Sharpe wasn't having it. Allegedly, he used industry pull to tank the deal, terrified Hollywood might air out their dirty laundry. Ex-posts speculated, Shannon scared Hollywood's got bedroom secrets. Hollywood's Instagram stories fanned the flames, with memes like, "Don't push me," and captions reading, "I know how he moves." Fans were glued, waiting for the next drop. One ex-user with 3K retweets wrote, "Hollywood's playing 4D chess, Shannon's shook." But just when it seemed like the stylist saga was peak chaos, a bombshell hit that made it look like small potatoes.
What, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
On September 11th, 2024, Sharpe fumbled the bag in epic fashion. An accidental Instagram Live leaked audio that sounded like an X-rated scene. Moans, murmurs, maybe a bed creaking. No visuals, just noises that had fans gasping and X blowing up with clips that hit millions of views before getting yanked. Sharpe first cried hack, tweeting, "My Instagram was compromised, team's on it." But fans weren't dumb. X-users pointed out you need multiple swipes to go live, hardly a glitch. By the next nightcap, Sharpe flipped his story. "I tossed my phone on the bed during an activity," he mumbled. "Didn't know I was live, never used it before." He called it a private moment as a healthy, active male, but the internet roasted him. Memes like "Shannon's phone got more action than him" went viral. Hollywood threw shade, posting, "Swipe right, swipe left twice, hit the button, accident my ass." His cryptic follow-up, "Don't test me," had ex-users screaming, "Hollywood knows too much." The blunder was bad, but it was just the appetizer for the real storm.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of the tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
This party started. Lay it on me.
Get your black over here, buckwheat.
Okay, come straight out the gate with it.
Yeah, I know that's what you like to be called, ain't it? Buckwheat. Now stop flapping them gigantic lips and using them what they're supposed to use to not talking to their superiors. I see you shucking and jiving out in them fields, and I want a piece. That's all you're good for,
so
a piece of meat. You walk like you be wading in the water. Ooh, if my daddy and his friends saw you, boy, they'd take you out so quick.
Cause you know, he be looking at me.
I know you want some of this fat back that I got.
No,
make your lips all greasy, I know.
I think I'm good on this.
I thought we was just race playing. I thought you liked it.
In April 2025, Gabriella Zuniga, initially Jane Doe, slapped Sharpe with a $50 million civil lawsuit in Nevada, alleging sexual assault, battery, and emotional distress. The claims were brutal. Zuniga, who met Sharpe at an LA gym in 2023 when she was 19, said their consensual fling turned violent. Court docs detailed alleged assaults in October 2024 and January 2025, including unprotected anal penetration against her wishes and threats to choke her out. Her lawyer, Tony Busby, dropped audio clips where Zuniga says, "Don't manipulate me," and Sharpe allegedly snaps, "Say it again, and I'm choking you." Sharpe's team, led by Lanny Davis, countered with explicit texts from Zuniga about wanting a dog collar and bad things done to her, claiming it was consensual BDSM roleplay. Busby shot back, saying the texts predated the assaults and were cherry-picked. A video allegedly showing an encounter is central, but Sharpe refused to watch it, though his lawyers called it edited and consensual. ESPN didn't wait. Sharpe announced he was stepping away from First Take, vowing to return for the NFL preseason in July 2025. But insiders say ESPN pushed him out, with sources on X claiming he's banned for life. X users are split. One post with 10K likes read, "Those texts don't prove consent, Shannon's messy," while another with 7K retweets backed him, "This smells like a setup."
Shannon Sharpe, we want out of the group chat now. Like right now, because it's getting disgusting and you need to act your age. First, we had to hear the audio from when you accidentally went live that absolutely nobody asked for. We could have went our whole lives without hearing that. Then you started doing infomercials about ED pills. And now you sharing text messages that's just sharing too much. We didn't want to hear about nobody getting hogtied in your bedroom and your salad getting tossed while you wearing a collar. It's too much. Well, at what point do you say you just too old? He like that old grandfather that every time he come around, he want to tell you about all the women he got. And when everybody else is talking, he want to talk like he's still in his 20s and he hanging out with the young folks. Pack it up. You just too freaked out at your old age. And we don't want to know about, we truly don't want nothing to do with it. Please, why didn't you just share that in the courts? Share it with the lawyers. Why did we need to see that? Sick of him.
The lawsuit's ugliest twist? Allegations of race play. Leaked texts from Zuniga, released by Sharpe's team, included her saying, "Put a big black baby in me," and other racially charged lines. Fans on X were gagged, with posts like, "Shannon's into what?" going viral, but the internet flipped it. Many claimed Sharpe initiated the fetish, pointing out he only shared her texts, not his replies. One X user wrote, "Shannon's hiding his side of the convo. Bet he was pushing that race stuff." S2.txt backs this, suggesting Sharpe, a 56-year-old from rural Georgia, drove the dynamic, with Zuniga, a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, playing along for cash, allegedly $25,000 per meet. Fans slammed him for engaging in twisted roleplay, with one post saying, "He's crying targeted black man, but paid for race humiliation? Make it make sense." Sharpe's attempt to frame it as a shakedown, comparing himself to Jay-Z and accusing Busby of targeting black men, fell flat. X-users clowned him. "You can't cry racism when you're funding race play, Unc." Sharpe's past didn't help. Resurfaced Club Shay Shay clips showed him joking about keeping women in line and setting the tone with force in relationships. A 2021 FS1 segment had him boasting about dominance over women, which fans now call red flags. X-users stitched these with captions like, "Shannon's been sus for years." Older allegations resurfaced too, a 2010 CBS incident and a settled 2016 choking claim from an undisputed assistant, though no lawsuit was filed. A 2023 defamation suit by Michelle Evans, tied to a 2010 restraining order, added fuel with her claiming Sharpe assaulted her. X posts like, "This is his third accuser since 2010. Pattern much?" Gained traction. Insiders claim Sharpe was scrambling, offering Zuniga $10 million to settle pre-lawsuit and begging blogs to kill stories. Sharpe's nightcap behavior raised more eyebrows. A May 2025 clip showed him snapping "Shut the F*** up" mid-show, sparking mental health concerns. Fans on X wrote, "He's unraveling, lawsuits got him shook." Another bizarre moment had him ranting about hearing voices, with one post saying, "Shannon's losing it on live TV." His attempt to spin the narrative, claiming Zuniga's video was a 30-second edited clip meant to stereotype black men, backfired when fans noted he'd released her texts first. Stephen A. Smith, Sharpe's First Take co-star, played both sides. On his podcast, he called Sharpe absolutely innocent, but admitted Disney couldn't keep him on air after the unsavory texts and audio hit. "Once Lanny Davis put that out, it was over," Smith said, hinting Sharpe's legal strategy tanked him. X-users smelled shade. Stephen's acting sad but loving the chaos. ESPN's parent, Disney, wasn't playing. Sources say the network, under Jimmy Pitaro, saw Sharpe as a liability the second those texts dropped. Disney's family-friendly brand couldn't handle the filthy PR nightmare. Lawsuits, race play, and choking threats were too much. Sharpe's April 24, 2025, statement framed his exit as a choice to focus on family and fight the frivolous claims, but X posts called it cap. ESPN yeeted him, "Stop the lies," one user wrote. Insiders claim Jason Kelce is eyed as his First Take replacement, with ESPN sources doubting Sharpe's return. His media empire's crumbling too. A $100 million podcast deal with The Volume is reportedly dead. Fans are ruthless. X posts roast Sharpe's age gap with Zuniga, who's young enough to be his granddaughter. 56 and chasing OnlyFans teens? Embarrassing, one read. Cat Williams and Monique's 2024 Club Shay Shay warnings about risky age gaps and white women setting traps now look prophetic. Cat told him, Mo told him, but Shannon thought he was Kang, an X-user quipped. Memes flood the platform, from Sharpe's ED pill ads to his "I'd go to hell for $50 million" clip. Now eerie given Zuniga's $50 million suit. Fans also drag his hypocrisy, preaching his grandma's wisdom but ignoring it. "He's too old for this freaky mess," one post with 12K likes said. "Pack it up, Unc." Whispers of more trouble loom. X posts hint at unreleased video footage beyond Zuniga's clip circulating for six figures. "It's game over if it leaks," one user claimed. Hollywood's gone quiet, but his liked posts about truth coming out keep fans speculating. A supposed Club Shay Shay staffer is rumored to have dirt on Sharpe's off-camera rages, screaming fits and thrown objects. "He was a nightmare behind the scenes," an X post alleged. Another accuser, a former FS1 coworker claiming Sharpe choked her, surfaced, making Zuniga and Evans the third and fourth since 2010. X users warn, "More women are watching, Shannon's done." So where's Shannon Sharpe now? His NFL legacy's safe, but his media career's on life support. The Hollywood saga exposed his shadiness, the IG Live made him a laughingstock, and the lawsuit, with its race play receipts and choking audio, could torch his $14 million net worth. Zuniga's team is lining up witnesses, claiming friends knew of Sharpe's behavior early. Hollywood's silence feels like a loaded gun, and those video rumors aren't fading. Sharpe's fighting back, promising defamation suits against Busby and Zuniga, but his targeted black man card's not landing. X-users say, "You fumbled your own bag, Unc." His latest X post, "Truth Will Prevail," got buried under replies like, "Which truth, the texts or the audio?" The clock's ticking. Can Sharpe claw his way back, or will the next drop, Hollywood's tea, a leaked tape, or another accuser, end him? Is this a setup, or did Sharpe build his own trap? Fans are split, haters are loud, and Disney's done. What do you think? Did Sharpe get played, or is he reaping what he sowed? Was ESPN right to cut him, or did they jump the gun? And what's Hollywood waiting to unleash? Drop your takes below, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. This saga's got more twists, and you won't want to miss what's next.